Holy Saya up over for the team 1. We got a lot of Paladins on this team with Anto, barely got to play last time. Nina on this team as well. Trix is a Warlock as well as a Whisper. With Holy Saya versus Warlock first up. These two have had a match last time, but this is going to be a bit of a rematch this time around. Destro Warlock versus Retribution Paladin. Venami did blast out last game. We got Pikachu out here, Unkillable Warlock, Forkbeard, Golden Fury, and Survival Hunter Grifka. I'm gonna try to I'm either call you a hunter, I'm gonna call you Grifka, one of the two. I might end up switching around back and forth. Golden Paladin Mog. I like it. That looks so good. Holy Side charging out Headstrong versus Warlock. Does hit him with a Fear immediately. Trinket to follow. Does go for yet another Fear as an interrupt. Not available for Holy Side anymore. Shadow Fury made, but the man got himself lots of damage. Wings are available. Not the big Crusade Wings. Wall out for Warlock. And that's going to be a big spell warden for Holy Side. Just trying to see if he can use immunity to blast with the Warlock. Not even give him a chance. Man goes in for Warlock. Hellstone ports away. Trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of recovery. Stun to follow as Holy Side just skips blasting him out to smithereens. But a succubus finally does catch him for just a second, but then something breaks ya. I'm not sure what breaks ya. Venami's going to be up next. Last of the fighters totally Saya. They just had to go real quickly and super high dampening. Just trying to see if he can break through his defenses. Holy Saya did use Spell Warden really early on. The demon spawning in could be perfect for the Demon Hunter. Just trying to see if they can keep the pressure whirling versus Holy Saya. Big hunt into a Metamorphosis right after, picking up the Demonic Soul to give him more health, but trying to see if he can bail out of there as a bubble comes out, flying up into the air. Not a lot they can really do here. Holy Saya does sit in the bubble, throwing out the range damage of Venami. There goes a Spark. Like Venami might be in a lot of trouble. The Paladin got so much range on him, but it's going to be a stun. Maybe quite a bit of survivability for Venami. Picking up a little bit more help with the I-Beam. Metamorphosis is still active. Regeneration does not go through for Holy Saya. Ven does back up out of there for a second, but no, charges back in. No blur available, but maybe could go for a darkness. Big damage potential versus Holy Saya. Trying to see if he can make that cleave work, but that's going to be lay on hands for the Paladin. Stun to fall into Venami. I think it's just over, unless Venami got a trick up their sleeve. Holy Saya does end up slaying another one. Forkbeard, next one. Trying to see if he can go for a little bit of honor duel with Holy Saya, by the looks of it. Trying to give him an opportunity to at least recover a little bit of cooldowns, a little bit of health, and maybe, I don't really know, health cooldowns, trinkets, all those things. Trinket, reflect up right now immediately for Forkbeard as he's approaching Holy. What is your Mog, by the way? You look like a creature of the night. What is this? You got skulls on his shoulders, green, pole arms. A big old maw for a helm. Fiery peepers peeping right through those. Right through the teeth. My goodness. Down into Holy. Does go for a trinket. Missing the spear. So for Forkbeard, quite a lot of his burst damage is going to be out of the window. Still got quite a bit of pressure either way though. No trinket available for this stun though. Does still have a Ravager at least. Doing a little bit of damage to Holy. But also generating lots of resources for Forkbeard. Trying to see if he can maximize some power. It's going to be a big defensive as Forkbeard comes out. Does himself the enraged generation as well. Fear to fall into Holy Saya. And looks like he's on a full retreat. I think second wind is going to be the play right now. Unless Holy Saya gets some kind of dots on the Forkbeard, the man is just going to start recovering little by little. As long as he can deny him any kind of healing by doing damage to his health bar, you will be golden stunned by 4. Got himself reflect maybe a little bit early, so now Holy Saya can avoid it and get around with it. Got himself a proper stun. Wall was used by the Paladin really early. Trick it up. Forkbeard got himself maybe something to work with. Blazer up by the Forkbeard, but the man is actually going to back up out of there. Second one potentially, no Warlock Hellstone, but does himself at least an opportunity to recover. I don't know if he's got a leap. If he's got a leap and he can just get away from Holy Saya and land inside him entirely, he could get a lot of health. You just got to be really careful with the line of sight. Got to make sure to just be on the opposite side of Holy Saya. Never in line of sight of the guy ever. Does go for the leap, but it still gives him a little bit of a line of sight. Trying to see if he can avoid him as best as possible. Big damage by Holy as a stun comes out. Forkbeard trying to see if he can build up a bit of damage. Stun to follow. Final record, everything. Wings are available. Unless you got someone for this one, Forkbeard better either play defensive or maybe even potentially counter-offensive. Holy Saya just trying to go for the range build, man. He's just trying to outrange the guy, making sure he can't even be in his melee proximity to even fight it or counter it. The Warlock Pikachu is going to be up next. 4 minutes in a duel. Dampening is going to be slowly creeping up little by little in about 20 seconds from this point on. My goodness. War Pikachu didn't die at all, or barely never died last match versus the Shadow Priest. So as long as this guy is very careful with his dots and can use that survivability he's got cooking as an Affliction Warlock, he might be a match for Holy Saya. The only thing Pikachu doesn't really play into is mobility. He doesn't really chase people around the pillar. So for Holy Saya, waiting on until bubbles back up, maybe a good play. Trying to go for a few onto Holy Saya, but also trying to avoid the interrupt. Does sneak in a rebuke either way though. There goes the dots. Pikachu could go in for a full set of Dark Lair, but a bubble may just come out for Holy Saya. Do you pop cooldowns or do you just wait? I think you just wait. No, Dark Lair does come out. Holy Saya could bubble. It does go for a trinket, maybe. Trying to see if he can maybe save the bubble for a little bit later. That is a full set of dots on him. The man is going to take a lot of damage. Could maybe use Shield of Vengeance to attack the Warlock right back after. Portafala got him so drain. Might just be a bubble situation. Holy Saya, there goes his shield. Honestly, I feel like a bubble situation might have been the play, because otherwise you're just low on health right now. Maybe he can go bubble regenerating, but he's really trying to see if he can hold on to the bubble until a little bit later. Now that he committed to holding on to it, he's going to try the very best to use everything but a bubble. Trying to hold on, make it a last safety thing. Gotta try to go for an interrupt with Pikachu. Doesn't quite connect. Full dots are up. Holy Saya does go for a judgment. I think ends up dispelling his own UA. And that is a lot of damage to his health. There goes the bubble. Regenerate. Does end up planting his feet in order to heal up. Gives Pikachu an opportunity to let's go for a full reset. Got himself Dark, Pact, and everything. More to call into Holy Saya as a final wreck comes out. Maybe has wings available, but out in the open, fully dotted up. Stun onto the Warlock. Maybe something you can do here, but the man still got a wall. That's a full set of dots. Holy Saya better be looking out for his own health bar. Maybe Blessing of Protection together with Spell Warden might be the play here. Does get himself Spell Warden. The dots are still on you. They haven't gone anywhere. They're just not able to damage you, but they're still on you. Pikachu trying to go for dots, trying to go for fear. Holy Saya looking to go behind the pillar on a retreat. Still got Corruption Nagany hitting him a little bit. Stun onto Warlock, but not really. Doesn't look like he's committing a lot of offensive pressure, but Pikachu taking a big hits though. That is, some of them are getting crits. So maybe for Holy, this could be an opportunity. Trying to see if he can charge out Fear by the Warlock. Doesn't connect with him with a stun really fast enough at all. Mortal Coil does try to kick. Doesn't quite connect. Pikachu looking for the recovery, but his Shield of Vengeance doesn't a pop and the guy like a balloon. There it is with Grifka on the Hunter. Charging out, throwing a grenade. That is going to be the Eagle or the Sentry Owl. It's going to be available immediately. Full dots are up onto Holy. Might be in a bad spot too. Still got Corruption and Nagany's burning him a little bit from the back behind the pillar. But at this point, he's got nothing. Maybe a Warlock Hellstone, potentially. Stun. Trinket available. Does go for the counter stun onto the Hunter. Full burst out of Grifka, the Death Chakram and everything. Grenades are just shooting right through the guy. Kill shot away, and you could be done for the count. Holy, try to see if he can get himself a little bit of survivability and a frame together with the pony just to keep himself moving, at least avoiding the Hunter as best as possible. But a kill shot around the corner does end up sniping him out of the game. My goodness. And going to be up next is another Paladin versus Grifka. You know, Grifka on the Hunter is actually not as bad compared to, like, I mean, not different than him on Rogue. Is this a class with a lot of CC, a lot of escapes? But instead of like gouges and stuns, you got traps, freezing traps, still traps, star traps, and also quite a bit of bursts as well. Instead of secret technique, you got some explosives and death chakram, which is a lot of damage. Stun onto the Grifka, the Hunter. But say Grifka, the Rogue, as it is full hammer hanging over the man's head. You're just gonna go for a turtle. I don't think that turtle's actually gonna save from the hammer. I think it's still gonna take damage. I think it's probably gonna. No, yes, you still get hit in a Wake of Ashes hits you through a wall. That is weird. I'm not a big fan of Wake of Ashes hitting people through walls, but Anta is definitely utilizing everything in his class. Technically, sort of has access to. Shields is up for Grifka as he does some Spore Cloak activate. Does not walk into the binding shot. Yet another hammer hanging over the man's head. Is he just gonna die to the hammer? Or does he feint this one? He just needs one more hammer throw. And freezing trap stops, yeah. No trinket. Oh, he does have a trinket. Does he just burn it? Oh man, I would just burn it. I would have been impatient enough to burn one. I would have definitely been impatient enough to burn one. That was gonna be it for me right there. And now he gets a camo. No, and so you gotta pick up eyes quickly. Take a look at the rogues. Plush, you know what? You're not wrong, but I didn't think that this how the games are gonna go. Dude. I think it's just Grifka just has it as like ban hunters. I think it's just maybe ban Grifka. I think it's just like a personality trait to never die. It's just a personality trait. It's not even a class that he plays. It's just part of him. Anta finally gets a stun. Is this gonna be it? Is this gonna be done for the count? Are you actually still just trying to let the hammer fall, kill him? I think Anta is actually holding back at that point. I think he's trying to let the hammer kill him. Right? Is that what's going on? It's gotta be it, man. It's gotta be. Bubble. Does he go down now? I can't believe that's how we had the game last 14 minutes because of this. Oh my goodness. Holy Saya with a 4, but then we had such a long drawn out game at the very end. My goodness. Yeah, dude, permacheat death. That's part of his personality trait is the permacheat death of this guy. No matter what class he plays, rogue, hunter, yeah. Before.